Everybody, Steve Schirmer, the Golf Gambling Podcast here with your one and done picks for the 2024 U.S. Open and Major Championship. A lot of money on the line. We are running out of time for you to actually get back into your contests. So if you got big bullets, spend them this week. Don't keep them on the pine. You need to have a good payday at a very difficult golf course in Pinehurst. But here's the thing, though. Everybody's talking about Scotty Scheffler as the guy to beat this week, plus 300 odds. If you haven't used them already, what are you waiting for? You probably should. This golf course is basically tailor-made to a guy like Scotty Scheffler that is going to reward patience and accurate ball striking, especially with your irons, a high ball flight, being able to control the spin on these difficult greens with fall-offs everywhere. If you're missing a lot of greens this week, even if you're a great scrambler, some of these areas that you're going to wind up your ball in are completely dead. Get a guy as consistent with ball striker as Scotty Scheffler, like, he can do. Obviously, he's going to be very tough to beat. But you got to start thinking about guys that maybe can go toe-to-toe with Scotty. Maybe guys have done it already, guys that have some moxie, maybe some balls. And so if you don't have Scotty available, if you have some of these golfers available, or you just want to go against the grain, you just don't think this can continue, you're in denial maybe that this is going to end at some point. Here's a couple golfers I like this week that maybe can go toe-to-toe and prevail over Scotty Scheffler. Number 5, how about Max Homa? Not a lot of attention on Max this week. He's been okay. He had a top 10 at Quail Hollow, and he was really popular ahead of the PGA Championship at Valhalla a month ago after what happened at Augusta. Obviously in the mix there. Fell flat a little bit, but I really like where Max Homa's iron game is trending in this week. He's got to drive it a lot better, though. He has not been doing that very consistently this year, but there is a little more room for error at Pinehurst off the tee with some wider fairways, some firmer conditions. Even if you end up in the waist area, you could be completely fine. And I like that Max Homa's irons have been really strong all year. Obviously, really good at difficult golf courses. Augusta was extremely firm and fast. We're going to get this week. I think Max is going to have a good week. And we've seen him go mano-a-mano against some big guys in the past and come out on top. I think he can do that again this week. And maybe this is the major he finally breaks through and wins. So Max Homa is going to be on my short list for a one-and-done pick. Number 4, how about Tony Finau? Hasn't been relevant in majors all that often, but his ball striking has been absolutely phenomenal coming into this event. The iron play has been great. Like Max Homa, needs to be a little better off the tee, but he has distance. That has been a big theme with recent U.S. Open winners. Big bombers, even on firmer tracks, have prevailed. And there's been a couple instances in Finau's career where he's been on similar conditions of what you might see at Pinehurst, and he's done very well. For example, a former winner Memorial Park down in Houston, that's got firm greens, fast runoff type Bermuda lies around the green. That Houston Open he won. He separated himself from the field, won by a bunch of strokes, similar to what Keimer did at Pinehurst. Just was head and shoulders above everybody that week. So I know he can get on type. You can get it done on type Bermuda lies. Also pretty good at Albany Golf Club for the Hero World Challenge. That has type Bermuda lies around the green. Those greens are also turtle backed as well. That's a golf course with little wider fairways and sandy waste areas. Either you can be completely fine over there, you can be completely dead. He's got some good results there too. And he's done it, like I said, hasn't done it in a major championship, all that recently, but he's done it in the past. His form coming in kind of reminds me a little bit of what Gary Woodland's was coming into that Pebble Beach before he won. So I like Tony Finau this week. I think the ball striking is great. I think he's going to get very rewarded. Doesn't have to card a lot of birdies. He's on the short list for a one-and-done pick. Number 3, Ludwig Oberg. And obviously I love this kid ever since I saw that YouTube video of him hitting bunker shots out of the snow in Sweden. What's not to like about him? Well, he got the knee injury. That's been concerning. There's questions about that. But this guy has all the talent, all the game, all the moxie in order to go toe-to-toe with Scotty and be a major champion. Is it going to be this week? I don't know. But solid, consistent, patient, accurate ball striking with him. What's not to like? I think he can be an absolute force at U.S. Opens with how well he hits it. If the knee is okay, I expect him to be in the mix again for another good finish. He also has tournament experience at Pinehurst, played at the 2019 U.S. Amateur there too, so he knows what to expect at this place. I like Ludwig if you haven't used him already for one to pick. Number 2, this is a very popular pick, but how about Colin Morikawa? we're going to get a rematch of last week at the Memorial. Did not come out on top with him, but talk about precise, great iron play. Colin Morikawa is where it's at. His iron has been absolutely phenomenal. Hits a bunch of fairways too, even though he is short off the box. With the firm nature of the fairways, he's going to get a lot of extra rollout, some great looks into these greens. He won a concession that's got some type of Bermuda around the green, so I know he can do it on those conditions. Pretty good in Albany, pretty good in Kapalua. Again, type of Bermuda around those greens too. So, and even with the difficult nature of being around the green, guys are going to have a lot of creativity. You'll be able to putt up some of these slopes. Going to have, you talk about Webb Simpson hitting 3-wood. So, just looking around the green sets, which he's been very good at this year, might not cut it. It's really going to come down to how many greens you're hitting at this place and can you avoid those areas, and Morikawa can definitely do that. So he's definitely in consideration for one to pick. But number one, this guy's I've had pegged to win the U.S. Open since December. I watched what Martin Keimer did at this venue in 2014, how he was really terrible around the green, but he just committed to putting everything. And he had a phenomenal ball striking week. Even though he was 163rd in stroke gain around the green coming in, he led the field in scrambling that week. Goes to show that maybe your around the green game might be a little overrated as a handicap measure this week. But I'm going to pick Victor Hovland as my one and done pick. I had bet him at 22-1 as well. I love the fact that his form is back. He's back with his coach. The ball striking is trending up. Obviously great off the tee. The iron play is tremendous. And he is capable of absolutely boat racing this field too if he gets really hot, and doing a Martin Keimer impression back in 2014. And I have already seen Victor Hovland prevail one-on-one against Scotty Scheffler back last year at the BMW Championship at Olympia Fields. Now, granted, Scotty's putter probably was the one that beat him that day, but I've seen Hovland knows that if he is going toe-to-toe with Scotty, he can prevail. I like Hovland a lot this week. He is my one and done pick for the 2024 U.S. Open. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for that. But also subscribe to our channel. We give you free content every single week. And with that, good luck with your one and done picks and good luck with your bets for the 2024 U.S. Open.